Amer Sports is gearing up to IPO and is seeking up to $1.8 billion. The Wilson tennis racket maker is planning to sell 100 million shares at $16 to $18. That's the range that they've announced thus far. This would be one of the year's first major IPOs, a unicorn valued company that would make its way into the public market here. And of course, the parent company of some of those storied brands, Salomon, Wilson, Arc'teryx, Louisville Slugger. My goodness. So you've got some brands that are certainly known at the household level. It's really interesting the timing that they're going public as well, potentially here, as there's this report that actually just came out from HSBC Global Research looking at global sporting goods. And one of the things that they cited within their own research, the first half of this year is probably going to be dented by a muted consumer demand in the West, elevated inventories in the US, and then likely slow recovery in China. But the second half they're anticipating should be a little better.
Yeah, I think the timing of this is very interesting given the fact that this is such a consumer-facing company, very reliant, obviously, on consumer spending, giving the brands that is underneath their umbrella. So something that investors need to keep in mind. But also, I think more broadly, beyond this debut specifically, it's really what this is going to tell us about the IPO market and maybe that bounce back that we have been waiting for quite some time. Because when you take a look at 2023's numbers, this is from Renaissance Capital here, we did see a bit of a rebound, 108 IPOs, raising a combined $19.4 billion. Yes, a massive improvement when you compare it to 2022, but historically speaking, still a relatively sluggish year. And the fact that rates are still high, the fact that the Fed may delay any potential rate cuts here further out than what the market had initially been anticipating, that of course has the potential to delay some of this deal-making activity. So if in fact we do see a public debut and a successful one at that, whether or not that then that reignites or reinvigorates the IPO market, it's going to be something that investors are going to keep in mind.
LL Cool J once said, don't call it a comeback. You can call this one a comeback. It was publicly listed before they were taken private. That was on the NASDAQ Helsinki before they were ultimately taken private by China-based Antisports.
And we will see whether or not the comeback is successful.